Hi everyone, my name is Alice Hill. Welcome to the tour. Here's my mom. Hi. We're gonna caves.
Point this way, Alex. The entrance.
All right, folks, we look at the hill. We have Eli up here, and he's going to take our picture. So everybody give him a great big old smile.
If I can have everyone smile in 3, 2, 1.
Thank you. Okay. Oh, I know. Okay. All right, you all take all the pictures that you like.
How about the flash?
There are a couple low spots if you go in the cave. The first one is right here. The second one is down a bit. I will shine my light ahead of time to let you know there's a low spot coming up. And just so you know, they're pretty much all on the left. Just so you know.
They're all on the left.
First low spot.
Wow.
You have nothing to be scared
Next
about.
low spot is
I just got ripped on.
longer than the first one.
You see that? Disgusting. I know.
Watch your. It's not disgusting.
You're the roof.
Just watch your head, okay, Alex?
I know. Like, what a tiny. We're going in the dark.
All right, folks, welcome to Fantastic Caverns. In case you're not aware of it, you are on the only ride-through cave in North America. In fact, there's only 4 in the entire world. There's one in France, there's one in Barbados, one in Slovenia, and this one. So it does make this a rather unique experience. Now, one of the reasons why I stopped here is back in the 1930s, during a time called the Depression, there were no jobs and nobody had any money. So the owner of the cave at that time had to figure out a way to pay his bills. And he got this idea to grow a crop down here in the cave, harvest it, take it to Springfield, sell it, put some money in his pocket. Well, what's wrong with that idea?
There's no light.
Exactly, no sunlight. Man was crazy. No, he wasn't. He did find something that would grow quite nicely down here. Any thoughts on what that might have been? Mushrooms, exactly, little button top ones. And you know why he grew those, don't you? Because he was such a fun guy.
I knew that was coming.
Mushroom beds that he had throughout the cave, and quite honestly, that was a very lucrative idea for him, so it turned out quite well for him. And so we preserved one of the last of several that he had. Now, folks, if you look up to the ceiling, you'll see all these little things hanging down. These are what we call soda straws, and we call them that because they grow in a hollow tube-like shape, just like a drinking straw. And that's how most of the formations in the cave start out. Now, this happens when the water on the surface finds its way down through the bedrock and the limestone, and it works its way down into the cave. As that water travels, it picks up minerals along the way. And the primary mineral it picks up is calcite. So the water carries the calcite into the cave. The water eventually evaporates. It leaves the calcite behind. And that is how our formations grow, drip by drip. And we'll go up ahead and we'll see what these little guys look like when they've grown up some. How's that? Here's a fun cave fact for you though. Most caves are the mean or the average temperature of the ground above them. And this cave is 60 degrees all year round. It's warm in the winter and cool in the summer. Okay. Yeah. You can pass that freeze line. Yeah, well, that's
Because as you know, I've been the dog, so you can see me right now. Maybe you can a little bit. Wow! Look at this. Wow! You see all of this? Oh my gosh! Now you can see me.
We'll see some more of these soda straws. And they will grow somewhere between 6 and 10 inches long. And at that point, that calcite will begin to clog up that center area, and the water will start to drip down around it, forming what we call stalactites. And that's what all these are, hanging tight to the ceiling. Now, this particular stalactite, got my lights on, it's kind of special because the formation it makes, it has its own name. And this is what is called cave curtains or cave drapery. And it makes this type of formation like this right here because the ceiling's kind of slanted and it causes the water to drip down at an angle, leaving behind what looks like curtains or drapes. Some people say they look like angel wings. Now if you watch, as that water continues to drip, it'll drip down here to the ground. That calcite will start going upward, forming what we call a stalagmite. It might grow to reach the ceiling. That's a good way to remember that, by the way. Stalactite holds tight to the ceiling. Stalagmite might grow to reach the ceiling. Now these two formations are lined up where they could possibly grow together someday and form what we call a column or a pillar. That's going to take a little while. They've estimated that the average rate of growth of the formations in our cave is approximately 1 cubic inch per 100 years. So that definitely is take a day or two. By the way, what we're driving on here is an old ancient riverbed. Where the road goes, the water flood. Water flowed out that direction. So all of this has been carved out naturally by water. It's not been excavated or anything like that. Naturally by water. There is one more formation I want to point out before we move on. If you look along the cave walls, it looks like there's something flowing down the sides. That's actually a cave formation that we call flowstone. And that happens when the water seeps into the layers of the limestone and drips down. And different colors are due to different minerals. This has a lot of iron in it. It's got a rust.
It's a cute dog.
Calcite is pure white. You might see some bluish grayish green. That might be manganese. But it's the minerals that give the cave its color. Those all mixed in various degrees. They have a whole array of color in the cave. A lot of people want to know about bats in our cave. We are home to just a handful of what they call the tricolored bat, or it's called a microbat. It's a bat about the size of a thumb. And these little fellows will come in the cave when it's cold in the wintertime, and they will hibernate. Now, unlike most bats, you know, when they go in somewhere, how they generally congregate together, these bats do not do that. As I like to put it, our bats practice social distancing. Do not stay two together. Odds are you're not going to see one in the cave today, but if you do happen to see something hanging from the wall or the ceiling, it looks like a hairy chicken nugget, and they have spotted that. That's good enough.
Whoa, look at this, guys. Isn't it amazing? It's beautiful.
Right, we are going to talk about this right here. This is not a cave formation. This really should not be an arcade, yet here it is. What this is a well casing, or a well pipe. Now how did a well casing get an arcade? Well, in 1941, there was a farmer that lived up top and he wanted water. So he needed to dig a well. He knew the cave was here. He did not want to cause any damage. So he walked around up top and he measured and scratched his head and calculated. Decided if he was to put it right here, it would miss the cave altogether. Oops, he miscalculated by about 10 feet. He wanted it on the other side of the cave wall. Well, when they realized they hit the cave, they came down to see how much damage was done, and they took a look at it and thought, you know what? It's out of the way, let's just leave it. It's going to cause more damage and be more of a headache to try to pull it all back out. So that is exactly what they did. They left it there. They did, however, go ahead and drill down another 50 feet. They hit water, and it all turned out to be quite well. That's my last one. Now, this is solid black cast iron when it first came through the cave. And through the years, the cave has kind of embraced it, adopted it as its own, and given it a nice coat of calcite. But if you look at top, where the well casing came through the ceiling, you see these ridge areas going back behind it. Those are the start of some new cave formations. Some cave curtains or cave drapery, just like we saw back there. Those formations started growing in 1941 when this well casing came through and cracked the ceiling. So according to our calculations, those baby formations up there are 83 years old this year. Now, we have measured the growth along that ridged area at the longest point to be 3/4 of an inch. This is where we get that estimated rate of growth, 1 cubic inch per 100 years. Now, think about that for a minute. If it took 83 years to grow approximately this much, 83 years, think how old these brown curtains are in front of us. Anyone take a guess at how old those are? Huh? Yeah? 3,000, that's a good guess. Anybody else have a guess? How would you think they are? 100?
10,000.
10,000? Well, those are all very good answers. I bet every one of you are correct. They're every bit as old as all of you said. But the fact of the matter is we really have no idea how old they are. The official tour guide handbook says they're very, very old. So we'll go with that. And one of the reasons why it's so hard to date a cave is because it depends on how much it rains, how much mineral is in the water when it comes through, and it may have not rained for a year or something, or 3 or 4 years, it didn't grow at all. And then after it's grown some